to go. Try to get my 8 and then cool down. This is so hard. So hard. I want to give up, but I'll keep going.
Hello Peaches, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is a bit of a different one today. So I'm talking about my running journey and running the London Marathon 2025. And I cannot believe those words are actually coming out of my mouth, because probably just over a year ago, I really struggled to run like 1 kilometer, and now I'm about to run a marathon. Now you're probably thinking, how does this relate to my fat loss journey, Amelia? Well, because training for a goal is pretty similar in many different aspects. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about in this video. So whilst you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will get into the video. So how on earth, you're thinking, did this happen? So as I said, probably just over a year and a half ago, I really struggled to run one kilometer, and then I was like, right, I'm going to work towards something. I then built up to a half marathon. I ran a half marathon once and told myself I would never do it again because it was so hard. So never did I think that I'd be running a full marathon. But the London Marathon ended last year, and I was like, I'm gonna put my name in for the ballot because my chances are ever so small and I probably won't get it. And then there I was a couple of months later, I got an email saying, Amelia, you have got a place in the London Marathon through the ballot. And I was like, oh my word, I'm actually gonna have to do this now. And if you are on a fat loss journey, or if you're coming to the end of your fat loss journey, or you've just finished it, having a goal once you've completed your fat loss journey can be so beneficial. So I'm not saying to go run a marathon, but having something to work towards makes it so much easier to keep continuing your health and fitness journey going. So with this coming up, I kind of was like, I'm ready for the challenge, as hard as it's gonna be, but it's something to work towards. So I accepted it, and I am also raising money for prostate cancer because my dad sadly has prostate cancer for the second time, and we don't know kind of how long we have with him, and I would absolutely love to do every step in that marathon for him. So yeah, so that's a bit of the story of how I got my place in the marathon. And next I'm gonna try and explain to you how the journey's been training for it so far. So I am 4 weeks into my training block of the marathon. So it's a 16-week block, so with first 4 weeks down. They've been really hard, and we've only just begun. And that's similar to a fat loss journey, and everyone goes into a goal thinking it's going to be plain sailing and it's going to be really straightforward. However, as being a fat loss coach, that is never ever the case. A journey is going to be filled with highs, lows, detours and bumps, and you name it, it's going to be in the journey. And that's very similar to my journey on this marathon prep so far. So for example, I did my first week of training for the marathon, and that went really well. Started building up my runs, was getting my runs done across the week, and then it got to week 2 and bam, I got food poisoning, and I was very set back because I was barely eating. I was passing out because I tried to go for a run, and then my body was exhausted because it wasn't getting the fuel. I passed out, and then I just had to take a complete rest for that whole week, and I couldn't get any of my runs in. So that was week 2. So that set me back. And then I got into week 3. I built back up my running again. I got to a 46 kilometer week. It was all going so well, and I was so happy. And then bam, my toenail fell off. Well, half of it anyway. So it was another setback, and I was like, how can this keep happening? So for you, if you're on a fat loss journey or working towards a goal and you've hit setbacks, know that it's okay, but the only thing you can do is focus on the things you can control. And that's what I'm going to talk about next. setbacks and focusing on the things you can control when you're in them. So what I mean by this, and I'm going to use me for an example, when I got food poisoning, there wasn't really much I could do apart from just trying to get better. So I just put all of my energy into focusing on the things I could control. So I couldn't run, but I could try and start to fuel myself again. I could start to build back up my appetite. I could sleep, I could recover. I could work a bit harder on like stretching and mobility and things like that. So that's what I can focus on in that time and that place to get me back to where I want to be. So if you're on a fat loss journey and you've got an injury or you're ill, start to focus on the things you can control. So let's say you injure your arm, you can still get your steps in, you can still focus on your nutrition. So don't let that one thing pull you back and being like, well, I can't get any workouts in, but you could still go for walks, you can still sleep well, you can still drink your water. So that's what you want to start to think about when a setback happens on your journey towards a goal. Mindset. Now, this is probably one of the biggest things on a journey to a goal that is the most important. Now, I had a couple of tears at the beginning of the week. So this was the week that I had half of my toenail fall off. Yeah, absolutely gross. You do not want to see my feet right now. No. Yeah, mindset. I had a couple of tears at the beginning of the week because I was like, this is another setback and it's pulled me back even further. I had a few tears to my mum, a few tears to my boyfriend, and it was so annoying, but they made me look on the brighter side. Like, there's still things that I can do, and the more negative I put myself in, the worse it's gonna be. So I just switched Monday and I just turned my mindset around and I was like, right, from this point onwards, I'm gonna start speaking positively to myself. I had a good week of training last week and I can do what I can do at the end of this week, and I will be back where I need to be, one step closer to my goal. So if you're on a fat loss journey and you're speaking negatively to yourself, saying, I'll never be able to achieve that, I'll always be the overweight friend, I will never be able to lose weight, I will never be able to do this, never be able to do that, you're actually gonna pull yourself back. So start to speak to yourself positively and being like, I can see change, I will be able to do this, I get to work out, I get to exercise. Because when you start speaking to yourself in a positive manner, it takes you from that fixed mindset to that growth mindset. So as you're heading into a journey and you're on a journey, as hard as it can be at times, just start speaking to yourself in a positive manner because it will help massively. So that is the end of this video in regards to journeys and setbacks and achieving a goal, but I will try and bring you along with me for the rest of the marathon prep and bring you through that journey. Despite you not even training for a marathon, it can help because I'm still in it with you working towards a goal. So if you found this video useful, please give it a like and subscribe. I will also pop my donation page for my dad's prostate cancer link below, whatever you call it. If you do want to even donate like 50p, a pound, it will mean the absolute world for me. But yeah, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you are having a setback in your journey, please take the tips and advice that I give you in this video to just keep going, like one foot in front of the other, focus on the step ahead of you and not the final destination, because that's so important. But please, I beg you, do not give up, just keep going.